All right, let's peel back the layers on something you probably have in your garage, or maybe wish you did.
The circular saw.
Exactly. Specifically, we're going to dive into the Skil 508001. That's the 13 amp, 7¼ inch model.
Yeah.
And this isn't just going to be about the specs. It's really a deep dive into like a century of innovation, big corporate changes, and what all that actually means for the tool you might be holding today. Our mission really is to pull out the key stuff from all of the research articles, user reviews, tech data, so you can properly understand this powerhouse.
Yeah, and what's truly fascinating is seeing how a brand's journey, one this old,
right,
how it directly impacts the tool you actually pick up off the shelf.
Right.
You got to imagine, like 1921, Louisiana sugarcane field. That's kind of what the Skil story kicks off.
Oh, okay.
Sparking the idea that led to the world's first electric handsaw around 1923.
The very first.
Apparently so. And pretty soon, Skilsaw just became the name, almost the generic word for any circular saw.
Like Kleenex or Band-Aid.
Yeah, exactly. But here's where it gets interesting. A whole series of ownership changes happened over the years.
Well,
and the big one was Shervon. That's a Hong Kong-based company, acquiring them in 2016, 2017.
Okay.
And that completely reshaped Skil's modern identity and its place in the market.
Okay, so hold on. This is where it gets really interesting, I think. An aha moment, maybe?
Go on.
Because if you thought Skil was just, Skil, you got to know about this crucial split. It changes everything.
Right, the two names.
Exactly. Skilsaw, S-A-W at the end, that's now their brand specifically for the pros, heavy-duty construction site stuff.
Felt tough.
Right. But Skil, S-K-I-L, the brand for this 5080 Aero 1 saw we're talking about, that's aimed squarely at you, the consumer, the homeowner, the weekend DIYer.
Okay, so this 508001 there, it's part of the new Skil lineup.
Precisely. It's value engineered, which means it's designed to hit a sweet spot of performance for a really affordable price, specifically for those non-pro tasks.
Gotcha. So not necessarily that old school buy-it-for-life tool your grandpa had.
Not quite, yeah. It's built for today's home projects, which are different.
So let's dig into that. What does this value-engineered approach actually translate to?
Yeah.
In your hand, what performance are we talking about?
Okay. Specs-wise, it's a 13-amp motor that's about 2.3 horsepower, corded, obviously, and it spins at 5,300 RPM. Load speed, that is.
Pretty decent RPMs.
Yeah, and they market it as a direct step up from the older 5380 model. The improvements are supposed to be a 15% weight reduction.
Oh, nice. Down to what?
Just 6.95 pounds.
Wow, under 7 pounds. That's light.
Seriously light. And they also expanded the bevel capacity to 51 degrees.
Okay. So lighter, more bevel. Does that lightness make a real difference for, say, weekend projects? And how's the actual cutting power people are experiencing?
Well, users seem to consistently rave about the power, actually. You see comments like, cuts through wood like butter all the time.
Like butter, yeah. Heard that one.
Handles plywood, 2x4s, rafters, even some hardwoods, apparently. People also seem to love the little things, like the built-in dust blower. Keeps the cut line clear.
That's always helpful.
And the wrench storage right there on the tool. Super convenient.
Okay, but let's connect that back. Given it's the consumer-focused Skil brand, it's probably not built for, like, all-day framing jobs, right?
Exactly. And some users do mention that. They found it could sort of bog down a bit on really tough, thick stuff like dense 2x8s or maybe old weathered deck boards.
Right, which kind of confirms its place. It's a DIY tool, not an industrial workhorse.
Perfect way to put it.
No, something crucial that kept popping up in the sources, things it doesn't come with.
Ah, yes. The extras. Or lack thereof.
Right. This saw does not include a rip fence.
Okay. And for anyone new, that's the guide bar you attach for making really straight, long cuts, right?
Exactly. Essential for ripping sheet goods or lumber accurately. And no carrying case either.
Those are pretty common frustrations you see in reviews, aren't they? It means you got to budget extra if you need those things.
Definitely adds to the overall cost, potentially.
And what about holding up over time? Durability. The perception there seems a bit mixed.
It does seem split, yeah. Lots of people call it solid for the price, expecting it to last years for typical home use.
Okay.
But others point to the amount of plastic in the construction. They critique that.
Is that just a cost-saving thing, part of that value engineering? Or a genuine weak point?
Probably a bit of both, Our data synthesis points towards a realistic average lifespan of about 5.2 years for typical homeowner use patterns.
5.2 years. Okay, that gives people a ballpark.
And looking at where it sits in the market, the price is pretty remarkable, just $44.99 usually.
$45? Wow.
Yeah. And for that price, it pulls an impressive 4.6 out of 5-star average user rating. People feel it hits that sweet spot,
Yeah.
Quality, performance, affordability.
So it punches above its weight.
Seems like it. It clearly outperforms rivals in that same super budget category, like the Craftsman CMES 500.
Okay.
And interestingly, users report satisfaction levels remarkably similar to saws costing more than double, like the Dewalt DWE 575 for DIY tasks. That's the key qualifier.
For what it's designed for.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But there's a catch, maybe. Its own bigger brother, the Skil 5280-1, that one offers a stronger 15-amp motor and adds a laser guide.
Ooh, laser guide. Fancy.
Yeah.
How much more?
Usually only about $25 more. So that definitely gives you something to think about. A potential upgrade within the same brand.
Okay, so boiling it all down.
Yeah.
What's the big takeaway for someone listening? The aha moment, maybe.
Well, I think the Skil 5080-1 isn't just some cheap saw. It's actually a great example of smart value engineering.
Right, creating something really good for its specific audience and price point.
Precisely. It's a champion for the budget-conscious DIYer. It delivers surprising power and useful features for what you pay.
So our bang for buck rating, we got to give it 1.
Oh, easily a 9.5 out of 10. It's that good for the money.
Nearly perfect.
But connecting back to that bigger picture, understanding this new skill means setting the right expectations, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's not going to be your grandfather's indestructible heirloom tool.
Nope. But it is a highly capable, smartly designed solution that's probably perfect for most home projects you'd throw at it.
Right.
Which leaves you with a question, I think. How does knowing this backstory, the corporate journey, the brand splits, the strategic choices, how does that change how you look at and maybe choose the tools you use every day? Makes you think, doesn't it?